back to Heartwood Turning. Today's project is a walnut bowl. A little bit of a history there for this walnut bowl. A contractor friend of mine gave me some kitchen units, wall units and base units for my workshop. So I'm going to make him this nice walnut bowl. I'll show you the piece of walnut. There's a nice large piece of walnut. It's 11 inches across. It was called out by my good friend William Kenny. You'll know him as well. So we're going to turn this today and present it to our contractor friend. So here we're a little bit of a closer look at this bowl. As I said, it's walnut and it is exactly 11 inches across, but it's a fair depth of a bowl, so this will make a lovely fruit bowl. I think it's 5 inches down to the bottom of the tenon there, which is already made for me. I've test fitted it into my chuck. This is my easy wood chuck. We've got the 90mm jaws on, and I'll just quickly get this mounted and we'll get started. And as always with most projects, it's always good to bring up the tailstock. I'm going to be working on the outside of this first, so I'm going to bring up the tailstock and just let it sit in there, and that just gives me a little bit of added protection. I haven't done the inside yet, so we'll work on that now. So the next thing I want to do then is get a shape on the outside. So we're going to leave this as the foot down here. So we'll just bring this in a bit. It's a bit bulbous for me at the minute. I'm going to bring it in and shallow it down a bit. That's the pith of the tree there, and I think I'm just going to reduce the size of this bowl to get rid of that. Now, I have to shape the rest of the bowl now and get a decent finishing cut on it. Didn't need to start that yet. We'll need to reposition our tool rest. That's almost the shape that I want. So just have a little bit just to take out here, and just a little bit to finish at the bottom. So we'll just try and do that now. Just a nice simple little cut down here. And I'm just going to try and feather this back out using a 3/8 bowl gouge and just make that, just refine the shape a little tiny bit there. So now it's time for sanding. I'm just going to sand this up now, and I'll bring you back once it's sanded. We've taken it up to 240, and what we'll do is we'll just give it a quick splurge of methylated spirits, and that'll help you see the colour better. So that's the colour it's going to be. That's a really nice bit of figure on this side of this piece of wood. I'll just give that a wipe off now, and then we'll start turning. Oops. We'll start turning the outside, or the inside. I'm going to start with my 1/2 inch bowl gouge. So that's the thickness of our bowl rim. And now we'll just make a few cuts all the way in there. Need to raise the tool rest just a little bit there. That'll be enough. I'm happy with that. Time for sanding. So we'll just do a little bit of sanding, and I'll bring you back once the sanding's finished. I'll use my power sander again. So I'm just going to use my drill on the power sander, and I'll sand this, and I'll bring you back as soon as it's sanded. Finished. Sanded up to 240 grit, and I'll just give that a quick blast with some methylated spirits. Let you have a look in the inside of that, see what it looks like. That gives you a good idea what it's going to look like when it's finished. And if I just wipe that off now, make sure there's no dust left in that, because what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to oil this with a hard wax oil. So we need to pour quite open. And the last thing I need to do is turn it around and take the tin off. So we'll just go to the overhead for you. So we're going to use our coal jaws, and I'll set them up now, and we'll bring you back when we've done that. Okay, so that's it mounted on the coal jaws. We'll have a go at taking this tenon off now. Just nice light cuts. See how we go. Doesn't speed away down your lathe. Let's have a speed up to about 600 or so. There, we'll try that. And we'll just take nice little light cuts. Little 10mm bowl gouge. Tiny little ridge just about there. About there. And I'm just going to take off now. And that'll be this bit finished. So, slightly heavier bowl gouge. And we'll take it from just there. So just this side of the line. And just take that all the way to the middle now. And the last thing we need to check is we'll go to the overhead camera. And what we're looking for is this to have a concave face in it. So as it sits nicely on its rim rather than rocky on the bottom. Now, as my logo is going to go in the middle of that, what we'll do is we'll just put a little decorative line in there. So we'll use a skew. Got a little decorative lines round there. So one there, and then about equidistant, another one about there. And that should do. That'll make that look nice and pretty. And we can remove the tailstock now completely and just give that a quick finish sanding. Quick squirt of methylated spirits just to clean that off. That looks nice. I think I'm quite happy with that. We'll get that out of the jaws. There's the bowl finished. Nice, it's good size for a football. It finished up being, it's 4 inches tall and just under 10.5 inches across. That's a good size football now. So I'm going to oil that now, so I'm just going to let the methylated spirits never dry off it, and I'll oil it. Okay, so the last part of the process then is to give this a coat of some hard wax oil. I'll just wipe off the excess. If you leave that hard wax oil too thick on it, it just goes very sticky and stodgy. So just put it on and wipe it back off again. What we'll do is we'll leave it for 24 hours and then we'll give it another coat, and that should be totally sealed in and ready to go to the customer. So there you go, there's the piece completely finished. It's got its first coat of hard wax oil, and that's the wax oil I've used. Let you see that. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please think about subscribing. That all helps my channel and we help the channel grow. If you haven't liked it, I can't help that. But I'll try my best. If you've got any comments, leave them in the comment section, and we'll see what we can do for you. Thanks for watching.